couple of years ago, I had a month actually, of prophetic dreams that night after night I began to experience. And one of those dreams I want to just talk about was I was in a scene where I was in a hotel lobby and I was waiting for an elevator to come, and the elevator arrived and the doors opened, and I was surprised to see really the largest elevator I'd ever seen, and it was full of people. And these people in the elevator seemed very excited to be in there. And I got in and walked over to the key panel, and I pressed a button. And the moment that I pressed the button, what happened was the doors closed on the elevator and the elevator started going down. I could see immediately the tone of the elevator, which was one of great excitement by the people, change. And I could see that the people got disappointed, frustrated, even that someone had pressed the button that was taking the elevator down. They had the expectation that the elevator was going to go up. So in what seemed like an eternity, as I was feeling the discontent of the people in the elevator, finally we got to wherever the elevator was going in one of these bottom floors. And when the doors opened, what I found was I stepped out into what I would describe as an underground car park of this massive facility. And all that was there wasn't any cars. All I could see there were these columns of what was the substructure of this elevator. No one else got out of the elevator besides me. The doors closed and the elevator went to where it went to. And as I began walking around, I started to ask the Lord, why am I here, and why did you bring me to this floor? I felt like the Lord said to me, David, many people want to or are excited about the notion of in the spirit going up into different expressions and different things. And whilst that's not wrong, one of the things that needs to be really worked on has to do with, what are our foundations for our, as it were, journeys in the spirit? What the foundation of the word, the foundation of who is Christ, the foundation of who is, how do we operate and walk in the spirit dynamically? That dream stayed with me and has stayed with me and has marked a lot of the discussions that I've been having with the Lord. In 2020, in March, as COVID-19 began to break, as it were, across the nations, I asked the Lord for a word. I said to the Lord, I know that over the next number of months, there's going to be many people saying many things, but I want to hear from you a context of what you're doing in the nations. And I felt like the Lord gave me this word that comes out of Luke chapter 22, and it's Jesus before he's going to be crucified, and he has an encounter with Simon Peter. Luke 22, verse 31 to 38. This is what Jesus says to Simon Peter. He says, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has demanded permission to sift you like wheat. But I prayed for you, that your faith may not fail. And you, once you have turned again, strengthen your brothers. I feel like the Lord said to me that actually in this season of COVID-19, that there would be a sifting that would go on in the midst of his church. Some things would be sifted out and some things would be sifted in. But the wholesale result would be a strengthening that his church would come through strengthened and actually in a place of being able to strengthen others. I really believe in this season that God is inviting us into a divine sifting, to allow, as it were, the Spirit of God, asking, Lord, what is it, God, that you want to sift out of our relationship, and what is it that you want to sift in, so that at the end of the day, at the end of this season, wherever that lands us, that actually we find ourselves individually and then corporately as a church in a place of great strength before the Lord. Without that sifting, Simon Peter would not have become the effective apostle of Christ that he became. I pray for you, and I pray for myself, and I pray for us, that in this season of sifting, that we would just be surrendered, as it were. I take this posture of saying, Lord, be it unto me, however it is you want this to happen. And in doing so, we'll find ourselves, you'll find yourself strengthened, reassured, reinvigorated in a dynamic way. This season of COVID-19 is not a season of diminishing of the church. I actually believe it's an opportune season to strengthen the saints and the Church of Jesus Christ. I bless you as you receive this word.